Hello everybody, welcome back to another AwSaF commentary. I'm Ben playing the beginner's guide. Today joining me is Jamie, Crimson and Jonny.
Hello.
You almost
Hey, guys.
forgot our name, didn't you then? Today joining me is
audio is on.
I was doing them in the list.
Alright, seeing as this game's mostly
Controls
talking, we need to be
is
quiet for the
left click.
entire thing, so
Yep,
let's just
what?
do that. Yes, yeah, you gotta be quiet, sorry.
listen to the
Hi
dude.
there. Thank you very much for playing the Beginner's Guide.
You're welcome.
My name is Davey Reedon. I wrote the Stanley Parable.
You did.
And while that game
I
tells
do
a
love
very
the
absurd
Stanley
story,
Parable.
Today, I'm going to tell
Never
you
played
about
it.
a series of
We have to
events that
be careful
happened
about what we say,
between
because Ben didn't
2008
put the subtitles on.
2011.
What a twat.
We're going
Indeed.
to look at the games made
What?
by a friend
What
of mine
a
named
twat.
Coda. Now these games mean a lot to me.
I was gonna add subtitles to this, but fuck
at a time
that.
when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in
How
a
is this
very
a game?
powerful direction. I
That's
found
my
it to
question
be a good
exactly.
reference
I've heard
point
that
for
this
the
is very
kinds of creative
depressing,
works that I
so
want
I'm
to
quite
make.
excited.
So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike.
Hey!
You can walk around here, by the way.
Ben was already doing it.
And mostly it's
Yeah,
just
take that.
Coda learning the
Conventional
basics
rule.
of building a 3D environment.
Coda.
But what I like
Yeah.
is that even though he starts from
That's
the
not the one who made
simple
Dust, is
aesthetic
it?
of a desert town,
No.
he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs
Look at
and
that crate.
impossible floating crates around the
I feel like I should know who made
Of course,
Dust.
it destroys
Loot
the
crate.
illusion
Valve
that this
did.
actually is a desert town.
Actually, I don't know
and
who did.
instead this level
can't
becomes
jump
a
on these
kind of calling
boxes.
card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person.
There aren't
Kinda
any
makes you
blobs
wonder,
either.
What was going through his head
I
as
think
he
that
was
looks
moving?
like my ex.
This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they
I'm
are
not really
all
sure
going
what was said there, because I've got my volume quite high.
I want us to see past the games.
I'm sure it'll come up
I
in the
want to get
video.
to know who this human being
fuck
really
me.
is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So, it's 2008. Coda starts
Goes
making
on
these
for a
games,
while.
and he never releases any of them.
This is gonna be
He
like
doesn't
our
put them onto
least
the internet, he
talkative
just makes
commentary
them and then
ever.
Immediately abandons
No,
them
just
and
this
they
first
sit
bit.
on his computer forever. And I think he really
Shuts up.
understood this image
Oh,
of
thank
himself
fuck.
as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to "Important Games Folder."
Mhm.
So you know, this was just
I
how
don't
he
think you
worked.
can
He
rename
tended
your
to crank
recycle
them
bin.
out one after the other.
I'm gonna
without
try
even
now.
really
Then he lied.
Do it.
Try to understand
You
what
can.
he'd just made.
You can?
Yeah.
Until suddenly
Oh,
one
okay.
day,
Ah.
he just stopped.
Shut down.
In 2011, that was it. He made his last game.
I've
and
now
he
just
hasn't
named it
made another
Bin.
one since.
Is that supposed to be
And that's
textureless?
why I've taken this opportunity
Probably.
to gather all of his work.
I feel like it probably is.
Because I find his
It is
work
textured, it's
powerful
just
and
black
interesting,
texture.
And I'd like this
Yes.
collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to
Okay.
start creating
No,
again.
no reflection.
And if the people like you who play this also
Just looks
happen
really
to find
weird
his
to me.
work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So
On we
thanks
go.
for joining me on this. If you have a particular
next bit.
interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at davey.
I've never actually tried emailing him.
Everyone spam it.
gmail.com.
He probably gets enough email as
Okay,
it
that's
is.
about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game. As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November
I'm
2008.
so confused about what
Back
this
in the
is.
day.
Like,
You see, I'm interested, but I don't really want to talk. I just kind of want to
yeah.
This looks like-
experience it.
This
This
looks
is
like the
why
start of
subtitles. All right. We should make a
Um,
rule to put subtitles on everything we can.
Titanfall.
Oh,
Oh, guns! It's starting to interest me now.
Yeah.
I like
No
shooting
sound.
things. No sound effects. Oh,
This game
okay.
is called Escape
It's very
from
quiet.
Whisper, and it's one of the more generic
It's there.
games you'll see from Coda.
this is quite cool.
Yeah, and he calls
This is very
generic.
interesting. I feel like yeah. We're not going to have much to say about this, I don't think, because it's gonna.
Is this
Well,
Why
we'll
is it
eventually
depressing?
get
I
our
don't
way
get.
through it. We
this-
tend to
is
ramble
the
our
guy
way through
dead?
everything.
No.
It kind of looks
well,
like this game was
dunno.
abandoned mid-development.
No,
instance,
well,
the
I
I
actually
don't
don't
think he's dead.
could indicate that there
No.
are supposed to be
Oh, there are
monsters
gun
or enemies
sounds.
somewhere, but then clearly
Yeah, they're
there
very
are no
quiet.
enemies anywhere. You can't
I can
even reload
just
the gun
about
when you
hear
run out
them.
of bullets. But
Wow.
ultimately, we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than
I'm worried
for
that this
what
is
they're
going to
not.
get dark at some point.
I'm so confused.
So I'm convinced that it's going to, because it's I played the Stanley Parable.
Experience it, Johnny.
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
Nice.
Nice.
Skybox.
Professional.
That was the best skybox I've ever seen.
Those 3 dots show up in a lot of the levels for whatever reason.
Maybe.
But why is this
Maybe.
guy talking about a random game guy?
Apparently, this space station
One
has
of his
a
friends.
mate on it.
Ah.
Sure, I don't know.
Okay.
There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern.
No, I'm
so in the
concerned.
interest of time, I'm
Is he
just
talking
gonna
about his
skip
real
all
life
that.
mate or?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm just really confused about
Okay,
what this
is the
game's
part
about.
that's interesting.
I'm so confused.
The game has this narrative about the whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
The engine.
Hey, you
Oh
there.
god, we're gonna cause a resonance cascade.
I was just about to say the same thing.
We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature.
Simple insertion of a non-standard.
Does that laser have resound?
That woman's voice in the background reminds me of Navi from Zelda.
Nice one, Johnny.
Wait, what do you say?
You said, does it have recoil?
Oh, for fuck. This is the 3rd playthrough we've recorded.
Oh,
that
you
has that
killed you.
reference. Oh,
Let me
what?
pause here for a second.
This is the old, like,
What you
way
just
you
experienced,
died in Source. You
stepping
just
into the
appeared on
game
the
and
ground
dying
and could look about.
is probably what
Are you
Coda
sure
had
the
initially
camera didn't
intended
just
when
glitch?
he was developing this level.
No, I don't think so.
But when he first
Huh.
compiles and plays it,
Could
something
you
goes
look
wrong.
around during this
There's
bit,
a
Ben? I
bug
guess you
somewhere.
would if you
And
could.
this is what happens instead.
You can't move.
Oh. Because in a lot of the old Source games, when you died, you would just sort of... Your camera would just
Yeah.
be sideways and you'd fall to the floor.
Oh, he flies. Oh god. Oh,
I was kind of happy. Oh god, okay.
Oh,
Oh,
clipping.
now you can see
Oh.
the main.
This is the only part of this game that I've seen, is this little shot of him raising up.
The beam causes you to start floating. And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies
maze.
something human about it. Like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no
He
idea
wasn't.
what he was
It was a
thinking,
break
but
in the game.
What's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental
really
designs.
cool.
So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of
I'm actually
directions.
super into this.
Let's go
This is
ahead and
actually
take
how
a look at the
Nintendo
first
developed their
made
game consoles.
After leaving this one behind.
I'm still confused.
And me, I have no idea what's going on. Oh god, this looks like something from Wolfenstein, the original.
Past was behind
Oh.
her.
This is another one of his games.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wolfenstein. Oh, he must be a genius.
Yep.
For
In
fuck's
this
sake.
game, you can
He made it
only
all on
walk
his own.
backwards.
Oh, that's
You
pretty
can
cool.
only walk backwards. Oh my god.
Yep.
Okay, that's different.
You can't even go sideways.
So it's a
That's
short,
actually a really...
relatively
That's actually quite
minimalist
interesting.
experiment combining motion and narrative. It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Code is trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
This is kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then
I
it
expected
I
a
really
jump
like
scare then.
this.
Alright.
Which to me is why it works.
I don't know whether I'm
because it gets
relieved or
out quick.
disappointed.
Okay, next one.
Oh, it's not an SCP game.
Still
okay.
November.
Like, it's not an SCP game and we suddenly spawn in pitch black darkness. Are you sure?
It's definitely not SCP. It's alright.
You are now
So good.
entering. Alright, there we
Yeah, it's
go.
not SCP, it's Slender instead.
Dun.
Is this the
With s-
origins of how he came about Slender?
That's it.
Oh,
Okay,
that was...
the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting.
Okay.
December.
It's Christmas.
Oftentimes, Coda would put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games. I wish I'd known him at
Well,
the
it
time
is
that he was
accurate, there
making
is
these early
nonsense in
games.
nearly every
He
direction.
would really only talk to me about his work as he was making
Because I
it.
don't know what the fuck's going
Once he
on.
stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him.
This
And
is
I
the
don't agree with that at all.
first part
but
where it
what
goes
are you gonna
dark.
do?
Stairway to
I
heaven.
am really sort of interested to see what direction this goes, because I know it's going to go in a weird one.
Well, obviously it's going up.
Alright?
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens. So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, It'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
I'm excited.
Okay.
The first time I actually played it, I thought I'll actually walk the whole way. I got quite far and was really bored.
Oh, are these like comments made about it?
Looks.
That's his own
Huh?
thoughts.
Oh.
A room that's warm and nice and filled with little ideas.
Please tell me you
for
pressed U
games.
at this point. Press X
Coda would often
to
tell me
give
that he didn't
respects.
mind if people thought of
I
him
didn't
as
want
cold
to see
or
what would
distant.
happen.
He said that he knew that
Don't
he
know
was
what would
actually
it
a
do.
vibrant
Don't know
and
what it'd do.
compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that. It can be a very slow climb to get
Oh,
there.
metaphoric. Yeah.
So do you have full freedom in this room, or okay, it's gone.
You can walk around and do whatever you
2009.
want, but it
Ah,
kicks
okay.
off.
Ready, set, fish.
Please say Big the Cat's gonna pop in. Froggy.
Ready, set,
Yes.
you blew it.
Yeah, blow it. Oh dear.
What the hell's that from? That sounds familiar.
Family Guy Vinny.
Ah, right.
Like, he doesn't say ready,
Well,
set,
this is
but he
new for
says
Coda.
something like that.
It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you
You
can
wanted
solve it.
that new car. But guess what? You blew it. Something like that.
Oh, you've shut yourself in.
Oh.
Minecraft lever.
Don't forget that solution because we're going to see
Oh,
it
the
soon.
dots again.
We're going to
Did
see
you
it a
dots?
lot.
Those dots are missing a smiley face underneath. I'm saying. I'm just saying.
Maybe the middle dot is the mouth.
So it's a shocked face.
Dun,
It's like,
dun,
oh, I
dun.
can't believe you got us through that puzzle. I, for one, am
Yeah.
shocked.
So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve a puzzle, you get to the end.
But there's more.
Simples.
Alright, now I'm going to
But
modify
wait,
the game again.
there's
so that when you press
more!
enter, it'll remove
There is
all
more.
the
All the walls are
walls
going.
from
You're right.
this room.
Oh shit!
Oh, hello.
Bloody
This
hell.
guy is so weird, whoever made this.
Wow.
How about that?
It looks
Yeah,
like
more
More
X-ray
to it
mod
than
in
we had any way of
Minecraft.
knowing.
Yeah.
You
I
can
actually
take a
find it funny
screenshot of
that
this and
game comes
possibly
after
even
the
trick
Stairs
someone
game
to thinking
since
it's
they
art.
essentially convey
It
the
kind of
opposite
looks like that really old
So,
pipe
in the Stairs
screensaver.
game, a dull
Oh, an
exterior
XP,
Yes.
yes.
hides
Yeah.
the interior.
I love that
And then,
screensaver so
in this
much.
level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
I think this guy was on drugs.
Wait, what?
Could have been.
Oh, we've come back to this.
Aha. So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the stairs game and puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
It's a 50-inch HD TV.
You never know. You could be playing on a
The great
12-inch
and lovely
CRT.
descent.
Ah,
I actually
house.
quite like this level.
Roadhouse.
It looks like a screenshot at the beginning.
Yeah. It's quite nice.
It's actually quite a nice set piece. It's
Let's talk about video game development for a second. Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game
Turbo
can
diesel.
and cannot do.
Vroom vroom.
So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for
does
game
it run on
development.
diesel?
To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source.
E.
Ah, it runs on
Source
Source.
has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does.
Disabled, yay!
One of the things that it does very well.
Oh, you can
is
enter as well. Johnny is
not
pleased.
linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms. Is just because he's working with what the
Oh,
engine
nice.
does well.
Ah, nothing there.
No, disappointing.
The tools available to the creator
Oh.
shape what kinds
Oh, this
of
is,
creative work they're going to end up making.
Different.
You might
Different?
It's almost like it's
Yeah.
turned into antechamber.
Those games to notice how they seem to
Oh, one of Ben's friends is online. It's Klaus. Klaus is online.
linear boxy
I'm surprised you kept those on.
He's Vegeta, silly.
This is underneath.
Send
that
him a
place.
message, be like, bitch, why aren't
Which
you
is
in the
cool.
commentary with us?
A game that had this in it would be awesome.
I wonder if you can just fall all that
You're
way.
running around with
Oh
a
hell
gun.
yeah, you did
Oh,
it.
God. Oh, there's a
Uh,
floor. Oh, well, this is awesome.
I was not expecting you to live.
Yeah, I kind of had second thoughts halfway down.
It's really the worst time to have second thoughts, isn't it?
Well, it's the only time you really would have them.
When you just... Oh, because there's that thing about people who, like jump off of bridges and stuff but live. And they say that most of the time they have second thoughts on the way down. The ones that survive it.
Really?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
they...
but I think the ones that had second thoughts on the way down and died didn't really get a chance to.
Yeah,
They couldn't
that's
give
true.
their answer.
Yeah,
They
so-
couldn't
good.
really let them know. That's kind of interesting.
So what's with the Puritan complex here then?
No idea. It's not explained really.
Oh.
This
I guess it's up for
It's got a really
interpretation then, I
morbid
guess.
story about
Coda's
someone who killed
original
themselves, but I
design,
won't
the
say.
doors stayed shut for a full
Not now,
hour
anyway.
before letting you go.
Jesus.
If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that. This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought
Sounds
to
like
actually
me and Jonny.
be playable, whether
You
it
are?
means anything if no one can get through.
Sounds like you and me arguing
and
about
I would
shit.
always defend
Oh,
that,
yeah.
you know, all this work goes into the game.
Lasers
why
don't
not
have
make it
recoil.
playable and
No,
accessible?
games are for playing.
And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that
Oh,
after
whoa,
one of
what?
these
What? What?
conversations,
What?
he went
What?
home, and a day or two later,
Jesus,
it's
idea.
like Fight Club.
playable games.
You broke the first
that was
rule,
full of
Teddy.
hundreds of
Whoops, my bad.
individual games, each of which was
God.
just
You'll have to kill him
an
now.
empty box that you walked around in.
Wait, no, I broke the second rule too. Oh no.
Played
Oh.
every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere.
And it's my first night and I didn't even
Oh, it's
fight.
just-
I'm
it's not a
breaking all the
swing. No, it's
rules.
a light.
Teddy, Teddy, Teddy.
Woo! I want to know how to make stairs like this.
A bit jolty though. You wouldn't like him in CS:GO.
Oh, there's those dots again. Connect
What
the
is it
dots.
with those dots?
Yeah.
Don't
They're all
know.
in the same pattern every time. Is it not
The exact
explained?
same solution
Oh, you're
as the
back to
last
the
No.
scrolls.
Oh.
It's never explained. Nothing
Oh,
is.
God damn it.
Don't tell me you're going to be back up the top again.
So,
No.
well, is this game
There's still
literally
no
entirely
clear
up to
indication of what
interpretation
makes this
and
puzzle so
nothing's told
special
at all?
that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise
Or
I'll
is
share
it?
with you my interpretation very shortly.
Don't
You
do this
never
to me,
know.
Ben. My brain is only so,
You
Only got so much energy
You
a
could
day.
figure it out while we go through. You could just be that smart.
Figure it out.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Are we meant to be figuring stuff out? I'm just watching.
I don't know.
Here, Coda begins using a
Should
kind
you?
of dialogue system that he fashioned out of
Oh.
the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 button
Nice.
on your keyboard to respond.
Does this person go work for BioWare by any chance?
Is the ending the same regardless of what you choose?
I believe like different texts come up, but I don't think anything actually changes.
Okay, yeah, he works for BioWare.
Oh god. Yeah.
Oh no, but I do.
I like the heads.
Yeah, that's really unusual.
Why? What do they say? I don't get it.
It says listen,
How-
speak, listen.
Yeah, they say speak when they're talking and listen when you're talking to them.
Ah, okay.
Kinda interesting.
Oh god. Okay. You can say I've been right here this entire time.
Confuses the hell out of him.
Well, this is really one of the only parts in the game where it's quite quiet.
Ironically, the parts where we've been the most uncommentary of the commentaries.
Well, that's the thing. I'm trying to work out what this is about.
Yeah, it's the
Do
same
you like
here.
those random rooms in between the,
Those,
the
yeah,
random
those
ass corridors
those gaps in between the rooms.
where it looks
And
normal?
so we make one last descent, down to the final floor of the level.
I love the design of everything here, I will be honest. It's,
I like when you went from the house down into that weird place.
Yes.
Right.
This is where Agent Smith comes out, isn't it?
Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, you know, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose. And
Yeah,
maybe you
there
can
it is
only
again.
float around in that headspace
Don't
for
know
so
what that
long.
is.
'Cause now he wants
They don't
something
know.
to
They
hold
don't explain
on
that
to.
either.
Um,
God damn it.
I don't think it's
He wants
actually
to work
supposed to be in the
lead
game.
to something.
Well, I'll take
It
a
must
quick
be.
freeze frame of it in
Which
editing
is
to have a
what
look.
this lamppost is.
It
It's
looks like a door.
destination.
Yeah, it looked like a green
You're
door
gonna
with a
see it
red
in the work as
background.
well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive.
Watch out, just a screen cap
a
of
lot
a
more
random
fully
game he
developed,
chucked in just for
with
the
more
laugh.
of a clear idea behind it. And as we go,
No,
that idea will get clearer
that was live.
and clearer.
Hmm.
How odd.
The lights guide the way.
So the narrator was talking about that signpost, how he's added at the end of every level. I have a
Yeah.
theory behind that. He liked Sonic the Hedgehog because they have signposts at the end of
This
every
game
level.
is good as you walk around, you can
So you
leave
figured
notes.
lampposts, why not?
All notes you see are left by other players. It's Dark Souls. He made Dark Souls.
That's the meaning of this game. He made everything. Oh,
Three
Oh, these are
dots.
like the when you have nice room not. Oh, they're all going to be really negative, aren't they?
No.
So first off, I'm sure you.
How
can
do you beat
deduce
this game?
but
Ah,
the game
okay.
is
I can't
not
read them,
connected
but
No
it's
point
just
to
wrong.
this.
All of
Okay,
the
so
notes
far
that
they've been a
we
bit
see have
negative.
been written by Coda.
Zoom
Ah.
in your screen,
This was
Johnny.
actually the first
Zoom
game
in.
of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like,
reasonable.
I have to be friends with
You
this
can
person.
switch to full screen by pressing the cog,
In
Johnny.
retrospect, I think I was probably
that's
a
really
bit pushy, trying to get his attention.
This place makes me
Uh,
sad.
I was over enthusiastic, but he was very gracious about it and very patient with me.
I
And
once
I
looked at
cooled
all
off
of them.
eventually.
They're
Nothing does happen.
everywhere.
Oh, feel free to
Balls.
skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them. Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them
What the fuck?
except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant
Can
to
you
be.
get and read all of them?
I wonder if any of these guys have murdered someone.
I did read them all
But it's
before.
ironic.
Jesus Christ!
In
Johnny
playing this
took that
game
in a
and
direction.
seeing how alone Coda
Well, they
Thing
are,
is,
could have.
Johnny,
that we
if you
get
heard
to
him
know
at the
better
beginning,
and actually
Yeah.
kinda connect
none of
with
these
him.
are real.
And I have to be honest
You are,
with
none of these
Yeah,
are
they
real.
made the level
These are all
made
written by
these.
him.
Oh,
I
okay,
could
never
just
mind then.
place
I wonder if
them
he
on
was a murderer.
and
Sort of
see
like the
voices
idea
in their
that
head and-
all of
and
his
get to know
thoughts,
them better and have to do less
he
of
doesn't
the
really know where to put them.
messy in-person
I guess.
socializing.
This guy is deeply
Yeah. I
I
disturbed,
could just get to know you through your work.
but he's got talent.
I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have
that
that
looks pretty.
connection.
I like
I
this
felt as
room.
though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less
It's
lonely
fancy.
too.
How'd you know you read every single one? What if you missed one?
I
You don't
read
have to read
single
every
one.
single one.
It just nothing
It
happened.
shapes
It
our
took way
nation.
too long.
Oh god, that person's been watching Avatar.
Could you get to all of them, or would you have to no clip to get to all of them?
Some of them aren't actually anything. They're just
Oh, okay.
skybox.
This is a note.
Is there anything like hidden in the game at all? Like if you no clip to certain areas, like Easter eggs or?
I haven't no clipped.
I don't know, it seems to be doing all of that stuff for you.
Yeah, but you
'Cause I
never
remember,
know,
like,
'cause
the
cryptic
Stanley
games like this may
Parable.
hide some
Well, we
things,
made
don't
this
they?
as an issue.
True, but the Stanley Parable was one of those games where everything that was broken and hidden was part of it.
Oh, right.
Because that was the point. It was like, as much as it was a very narrative-driven game like this is, it was almost like you were trying to think of a way to break the game that the developer hadn't thought of. And
I
whenever
see.
you would do something ridiculous, like you would somehow get out of the map and you could get away from it, and it would look completely broken, and then the narrator would talk to you about what you just did, and it was really creepy in a way.
It's
But I
like,
really enjoyed it.
Now you've gone and got yourself stuck in this room. Great job, genius. Now I'm gonna have to put
Stanley
you back.
walked
Give
out
me
of
a
the map.
second. Clickety clickety click.
And those endings did get dark at points.
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents
I might
an
do the
idea
Stanley
that
Parable
was
if we don't
on
have plans for it,
Coda's
or
mind
if...
at the time that
Go
he was
for
making it.
Yeah, I'm quite
Nice.
interested in seeing it actually,
is a
so
way of
I'd be able
closing the
to.
door on
be
a
around for
previous
that.
chapter
I'll
of
put
his
subtitles
life
on.
before moving on
fuck.
to the next one.
We can actually talk.
In each of his games,
Lils.
after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
Open the door and there's Bowser
Help.
suddenly. Developer, answers please. Valve,
The
please
second
fix.
door... Valve.
And because there's
This is the
dark
place.
area between the doors, a space between spaces. Before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment. A few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
Why do I
And
feel
there's
like I'm
one
getting more
note.
intelligent the more I watch this? Is that noise meant to be there?
Yeah.
Typewriters, is it?
So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it sounds like loads of typing.
It is lots of typing. Hello.
It sure is. Are you there? It can be anything. I just... What? Oh.
Is this guy dead? Did he kill himself?
No, he's still alive.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he
Why
said.
you fixated that he needs to be dead?
Because he's... It just
everything,
seems weird.
everything that seems to be here does point to him seeming lonely and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh right, well that was part one.
YOLO swag, okay.